Okay, so this problem is from the same student, and that's it says the same thing, add and simplify. So these two fractions right here, I'm going to subtract them. Okay, the first problem we did was adding. The second was a division. I add them instead of divide them, so I didn't see the sign right because it was a picture. And this is a subtraction. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing. When you see trinomial in you have to simplify. Anywhere you see trinomial and it says simplify, first thing that should come to your head is I need to find out how to factorize the trinomial, see if I can see any like terms in them. Okay, so how do you factor out this? S squared plus 9x plus 20. Okay, so like I said, if you see two numbers, when you multiply them, that can give you 20. When you add them, that give you 9. That's the easiest way to see how you can factor out your trinomial. So if I multiply 5 times 4, that's 20, right? What is 5? 5 plus 4 is 9, and 5 times 4 is 20. That means 5 and 4 are solution for my trinomial. I can say my trinomial is x minus 4 times x plus 5. X plus 4 times x plus 5 plus 4 plus 5. Okay, so that's gonna be the factor for my trinomial right here. Okay, what about these two? Can I have two numbers when I multiply them? That's give me 7. When I add them, that's give me 7. When I multiply them, that's gonna give me 12. What about 4 and 3? 4 plus 3 is 7. 4 times 3 is 12. Okay, so my factor is going to be x plus 4 times x plus 3. Right? Nice. Okay, so now what I did is I'm just going to come here. X plus 4 is plus 5. I'm keeping the x in the numerator divided by, I'm just going to, instead of put this, I'm going to put the x plus 4 times x plus 5 minus, I keep that minus. While here I'm just factorizing. I'm just factorizing right here. So x plus 4 and x plus 3. See? Minus 4 times x plus 4 times x plus 3. Okay? So now to subtract two fraction, remember subtraction and addition is almost the same. The only thing different is instead of add right here, I put subtract. Okay, so I have my sign right here. Okay, I'm gonna multiply these two and keep them in the bottom. But look that I have x plus 4 right here. I have x plus 4 right here. I don't have to write both x plus 4. I can only multiply by these 3. So I have x plus 4, which is common. It's common in both. So I only write one x plus 4. You see x plus 4 here. You see x plus 4 here. You see x plus 4 there. I only write one x plus 4. Okay, so this is not common right here. I have x plus 5. And this is not common as I have x plus 3. I could put another x plus 4 if I wanted to write both, but that's just gonna make my fraction more complicated. later on I'm gonna have to simplify. It's gonna be more complicated, okay? So instead of that, I just simplify at the beginning, make it a little simpler. So now what I do is, if you divide all this x plus 4 times x plus 5 times x plus 3 divided by x plus 4 times x plus 3, you're gonna have x plus 5 left, okay? Now you multiply x plus 5 times 4. We can do this one first. Multiply, when you divide the entire x plus 4, x plus 5, x plus 3 divided by x plus 4, x plus 5, we have x plus 3 left. So I'm gonna have x plus 3 times x. So it's x times x plus 3. I don't know if you see what I'm doing. The thing is, when you multiply the two denominator by themselves and you keep them in the denominator, you have to see which terms is different in your denominator from here and here and here. Which term is different? I have x plus 4 here, x plus 4, x plus 5, x plus 5, but I don't have x plus 3. So now I said x plus 3 times x. That's a simpler way to do it. Easiest way to figure it out. I have x plus 4 in the denominator, x plus 5, but I don't have x plus 3, so I multiply x plus 3 times x. I'm gonna do minus, the same thing. I have x plus 4, I have x plus 3, but I don't have x plus 5, so it's 4 times x plus 5. It's 4 times what I don't have, x plus 5. Got it? Okay, so from here, I can spread out my multiplication to see if I'm gonna find out a way to simplify a little more. So what I do is x times x is x squared plus 3x minus 4 times x minus 4x minus 4 times 5 minus 20 divided by the same x plus 4 times x plus 5 times x plus 3 equal to x squared minus 3x minus 4x, that's minus x. So I keep my x squared minus x minus 20. Combine like terms. I combine 3x and 4x. X squared stay the same, minus 20 stay the same. 3x minus 4x is like 3 minus 4 is minus 1x. And I keep my denominator. I can put it in order: x plus 3, x plus 4, x plus 5. Woohoo. Okay, so while here again, is there any way I can simplify the denominator? I can factorize it, see if I get any of x plus 3, x plus 4, x plus 5 in the denominator, so I can simplify. Okay, so I go with the general rules to find the x value of a trinomial, so I can factor out is x is equal to minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. So my x is equal to minus b, b is negative 1, so minus b is going to be plus 1. Plus or minus square root of b squared, 1 squared, minus 1 squared is 1, minus 4 times a is 1, c is minus 20, divided by 2 times a, 2 times 1. Okay, so x is equal to 1 plus or minus square root of 1 squared is 1. 4 times 1 times minus 20. Minus times minus is positive. 4 times 20 is 80. 80 plus 1 is 81. Square root of 81 is 9. That's square root of 81. That's equal to 9. So 1 plus 9 divided by 2. That's give me 1 of the x is equal to 1 plus 9 is 10 divided by 2 is 5. 1 plus 9 over 2, which is 5. And the other x is gonna be 1 minus 9. Minus 9. So that's minus 8 divided by 2. It's 1 minus 9 divided by 2. That's equal to 1 minus 9 is minus 8 divided by 2 is minus 4. Okay, so my factor is gonna be x minus 5 times x plus 4. Okay? If I didn't want to do all this, I always want to go with the general rules to show you stuff. But if I don't want to do all this, you see it's giving x minus 5 times x plus 4. X minus 5 times, okay, I'm gonna show you. If I also wanted to go by the same rules I went for the other ones, I'm gonna keep the solution so you're gonna see I'm gonna get the same answer. I don't have to do all this. This is the general. This rules is for every trinomial. Every trinomial. But the simplified way is, I said if there's two numbers I can if there's two numbers I can multiply, that's give me 20, and add, that's gonna give me minus 1, I can say, oh, minus 5 plus 4. Minus 5 plus 4 is minus 1. Minus 5 plus 4 is equal to minus 1. And minus 5 times 4 is equal to minus 20. And I say, oh, okay, x minus 5 times x minus 4. So that's the easiest way to do it. If you can, you have to know some specific rules. If you don't want to go by the general rules that I have, x equal to minus b squared plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. If you don't want to go with these general rules, you have to know some specific way to easily see how to factorize trinomial. Okay, so all right, all that was just for your understanding. So now I have the top give me x minus 5 times x plus 4, remember? Okay, so it's gonna be over all this. X plus 3, x plus 4, x plus 5, x plus 5. I have x plus 4 in the numerator, x plus 4 in the denominator. I simplify. But see that x minus 5, x plus 5, I cannot simplify because this is plus and this is plus and this is minus. So I keep it like is. X minus 5 over x plus 3 times x plus 5. And this is my solution for this. Alright guys, I hope you learned something from factorizing the trinomial, the specific rules to factorize the trinomial, the general rules, which is x equal to minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a, which is the general rules for all trinomial. You need to memorize this or have it written somewhere, or know how to find the the factor with the specific rules. If you know if a plus b plus c is equal to 0, that's the way you can find them quicker. If a minus b plus c is equal to 0, that's another way. And if the summation give you the second term and you multiply, you get when you multiply you get c. When you add them you get b. You know that's another way again to simplify. If you don't understand, comment below the video and ask the question, and I will comment and answer your question. Okay? Thank you. Peace out.